What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are back for the second consecutive video with another Star Wars Hot Toys figure preview video. And today we are going to do the legendary Darth Revan. This is the second of 5 newly released figures that Hot Toys announced for Star Wars. As I mentioned on the previous video, whenever I previewed Starkiller, I believe that right now Hot Toys has kind of like a special event going on for all Sith characters from Star Wars. So again, we did Starkiller on the first video. Today we are doing Darth Revan, right? And obviously we will do other videos coming up soon, so make sure to stay tuned in for that. But today we are going to do the legendary Darth Revan. This is one of the most legendary characters in Star Wars history, although he is not yet canon. Unfortunately, we've never gotten him in an actual like TV series or movie. We've only read about him through comics, and of course through the video game Star Wars Jedi Survivor, if I'm not mistaken. And he has kind of like a similar background to Anakin. He was a Jedi Knight at the very beginning, and then of course became also a Sith Lord as well at the end. And I do believe that his timeline is much before the original trilogy, right? So this is a very kind of like, I would call it like the Old Republic type of character, right? So a very interesting one for sure. And hopefully at some point Lucasfilms decides to actually release movies or maybe a TV series surrounding the Old Republic and things like that, because to me Darth Revan is a very interesting character, right? So again, this was a figure that was pretty much kind of like expected based on the announcements that Hot Toys had announced. We saw images of him on those promo images that they used on Instagram. So very excited about this character. Similar to Starkiller, again, a very legendary character, and I'm just so glad that we're getting this guy very soon. If I'm not mistaken, he is available to purchase on Sideshow Collectibles, and I'm going to go ahead and include the link to them as always, so that way if you guys want to go ahead and purchase him, he's still available. He is expected to be shipped around April of 2025 to September of 2025. And as I always like to mention, these images are from Sideshow Collectibles, their official website, so I do not claim any ownership of these images. And then also, of course, this is just a prototype, obviously not the final result. There are some things that are subject to change, although I don't see what can be changed. Maybe the lightsaber effects, that's probably one thing, but that's about it. But for now, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the images. So just like with Starkiller, there are 2 different versions for this guy. So there's going to be the I guess the collector edition, which pretty much just comes with every single accessory. But then the exclusive edition will come with this kind of like commemorative coin. It seems kind of like a golden coin with one side saying Star Wars, the other side pretty much an image of Darth Revan along with his name, and then at the bottom Sith Empire. I mean, to me, I guess just go with the exclusive version because it is the same price. There is no difference in pricing. I guess if you just want to collect the coins, I mean, why not, right? Again, there is no extra charge for that. So to me, I really don't think that it really matters. Now, one thing that I will confess as I'm doing this preview video, and I mentioned this whenever I did Starkiller, I've never really played video games for Star Wars, and I've never been too much into the comics. Obviously, I am big on the TV series, on the movies, right? The original trilogy, the prequels, all of that, the Clone Wars. I'm such a big fan of those series, but I've never really played the video games or read the comics. So in all honesty, I do not have the most knowledge about the character Darth Revan. I only know that he pretty much is a very legendary character, a very powerful Sith Lord, and obviously I have done my small little homework. But definitely once he is released, and once I do get this figure, which will be next year, I do definitely want to do more of my homework, so that way I do have better knowledge about this guy, because I definitely don't want to do an unboxing with no knowledge of the character. But for now, what I do know is that he is a very legendary one, and I could tell by the comments of whenever Hot Toys posted him on Instagram, that a lot of people are very thrilled about his release. So again, we get this guy. Pretty much the suit, I really love the structure of the suit. So basically this chest shield along with his wrist kind of pieces, they are kind of made of a weird kind of copper type of metal material, if I can say it that way. we will touch that a little bit later on whenever we see that image here on that was provided by Hot Toys. But it is a very weird material, as you guys can see by the cape itself or the clothes. The material for now, it seems to be very similar to, for example, Black Adam's cape that we just did an unboxing for a couple of weeks ago. It seems kind of like a very soft type of heavy material. I would assume that the cape is and the cloth is going to be wired. I hope it is, so that way the positioning is obviously much more natural. He does come with 2 lightsabers, and again, this is something that I didn't know until now. He has 2 different colored lightsabers, so kind of, for example, similar to maybe Ahsoka, if I'm not mistaken. I think she had different colors. Please correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. But or for example, General Grievous, right, who also had different colored lightsabers. This guy has red and purple. I don't know any other character who had this combination of colors, so this is a very interesting lightsaber combo. And again, because of my lack of knowledge with the character, I really don't know why it is that way that he has those 2 lightsabers. I feel like you guys would know better than I would, and if you guys want to drop a comment just to kind of inform me on this, I would really appreciate that. Again, apologies for my lack of knowledge, but again, he does come with 2 different lightsabers. It does seem that the way that they're going to light up is going to be the same way as these previous figures, with the USB cable connected to his back, and I would assume this is going to go attached to this kind of like chest type of belt piece that is very wide. So again, the figure itself looks really good. Not a lot of things come with it. We don't get an extra head sculpt, we don't get other type of accessories, just pretty much the figure on its own with the suit, the clothes / cape, the 2 lightsabers, and then of course the diorama base, which is going to be pretty much the same base as Starkiller with kind of like a different flooring, but of course the same nameplate, which is kind of like a silver type of coloring with the Star Wars logo and the name of the figure. And as I always like to mention, this seems to be kind of like a Lucasfilms type of requirement, so it's not necessarily that Hot Toys is just kind of getting bored with these things. Unfortunately, I do think that they have certain requirements. One thing that I do know for sure is that it has to be the same box design for every single figure, but it seems to be the same thing for like maybe the nameplate of the figure and also the display base, because we get these 2 often. So again, that's pretty much everything that the figure comes with, unfortunately. The mask itself, I am a big fan of it. I love the red and silver coloring. It looks really awesome. And again, the suit itself, we would obviously get a better description once we actually get the figure in hand, because obviously we would kind of see the materials. The cape itself, as you guys can see, it's kind of ripped from the bottom, and that is a good thing, I would say. Of course, it has more detail to it. Pretty much that's all I can really say. I'm very interested to see how the purple lightsaber looks as far as the coloring, because obviously with previous characters that I've gotten, it's either blue, red, or green, right? So this would be my first purple lightsaber, so I'm very interested to see how well it lights up, right, with the USB cable. So that's definitely something that I'm definitely looking forward to. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to the images, since there really isn't too much to say, right? I do want to kind of touch something about the material of these wrists kind of like pieces, and also the chest piece. Hopefully I can find that image, and this is it right here. So we get pretty much kind of like a metallic copper paint applications on also the boots itself. I love how it looks. I love how scratchy and kind of dirty the paint applications are. So obviously the character isn't going to be perfect in any way, right? Because obviously he's a character who fights and obviously is in battle. So I love the fact that we get some scratch marks and kind of some dirty type of metallic coloring. So the copper paint looks great to me. Now again, is it accurate to the actual suit itself? That's something that I definitely want to know once I get the figure in hand. Again, as I mentioned before, I really don't have too much familiarity with the character itself, so definitely wouldn't know that much so far. I can just comment on what I see so far, and me honestly, I do like what I see. So the suit itself looks really good, and again, as I mentioned before, right, I am just a big fan of the mask, who also has a couple of scratch marks. It looks really good. I feel like the cloth itself is going to be very hard to adjust, but just like with Black Adam, once we do find a way to get it attached, once we do get it installed onto the figure, I feel like it will look much better. Now one thing that I'm trying to find is an image without the cloth on top of his head. Again, I'm assuming that it's not fully attached, right? I would hope not, right? So that way we have that option. But unfortunately, we don't get an image with the cloth, not on the helmet, right? So very unfortunate. Would have loved to see how it looks, fully, but we don't get that opportunity. But I guess for now, that's all I can really say about the guy. Again, as I mentioned before, not a lot of things that this guy comes with. Disappointed, not really. I'm just glad that we get this guy. To me, this was a very surprising release, right? And a very legendary character finally gets a figure from Hot Toys, so that is something very exciting. You guys, again, that would know better about him probably could suggest something that they could have possibly added as an accessory. And if you guys do know that, please leave a comment on the video, letting me know what they could have added. Also, feel free to let me know what you guys think about this figure. To me, so far, I like it. I'm just happy we are getting this guy, another character that we can add to the collection, right? But let me know your thoughts about the guy, and let me know if you are going to be purchasing him. And again, if you are purchasing him, I will go ahead and include the link to Sideshow Collectibles in case you want to go ahead and purchase this guy. He is available for pre-order. But again, pretty much this is it for the figure. So we get 2 different lightsabers, we get a couple of different hand poses, the same display base, the suit itself, the metallic copper paint applications. We don't even get an image of how many lightsaber pieces it comes with. I guess Hot Toys just forgot about that. Let me see if I can go to the first image. No, unfortunately we don't get that. I mean, I guess I would assume it comes with 2 different lightsaber pieces, one with the moving motion of the lightsaber and then another one with just the regular positioning of the lightsaber. And that, I guess we can go ahead and assume that, right? But again, for now, this is going to be it for this preview video of Darth Revan. As always, guys, want to thank you for the continued support. You guys are the best. Thank you for supporting my videos on a daily basis. Again, if it is the first time you are watching me, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications bell so that you are always up to date for any unboxing videos or preview videos that I do on my YouTube channel. A reminder that I am on Instagram and TikTok as well. I will include the links to that on the description of the video in case you guys want to add me. There is where I post daily images of my figures that I keep receiving on a daily basis, and also updates on what I have coming up on my YouTube channel. I do have a pretty important unboxing video coming up. Stay tuned in for that. I will announce it in the next upcoming days. But for now, I did want to go ahead and do preview videos for all these figures that Hot Toys released for Star Wars. So once again, guys, this is going to be it for this preview video of Darth Revan. Thank you once again, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you next time.